Then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again. And
That was something, right?
that was something.
I'm sorry, you canceled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to like QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed.
Oh, I would love
It
to
doesn't
see that.
work.
I would love to
Yeah,
see that.
again, like I said.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battlefield 1 Podcast, the best Battlefield related podcast on the planet, statistically. My name is Tom, also known as the Lanky Soldier. I'm your host for this amazing show, and I'm being joined by Ray. Wait, who the fuck are you?
Abe.
And who are you?
I am a console player. I've been around the franchise for decades now. It feels
Well,
old to say that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. For security and private reasons, I won't tell you much about my guest today. But all you have to know about this individual, we call him Abe, and in our Discord, he's known as the Rat King, and he has been our friend for dude. We know each other for more than a decade. Can you believe that?
But it's crazy.
Yeah. So I actually met you like the same way as I met Ray. Through good old Battlefield, console Battlefield, good old days. There's a story here, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, this is our second and last pre-recorded episode. Season 1 for Battlefield 6 has already been out for a week. If you listen to this on public feeds and not Patreon, please go back to episode 57 because I can't be asked to explain the whole context and everything. It's just because I'm holiday. I'm on holiday, and at the same time, the show needs to go on because you guys deserve an episode. So I decided, you know what? Let me bring this boy to the podcast. Just two white boys that have mental problems with humanity, talking about their favorite video game franchise. What could possibly go wrong?
Impression.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? Let's find out, I guess. Are you excited, Abe?
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Before we continue, you know the deal. Please check out socials after the show. Everything's linked in the description. Don't forget to leave a rating and all that kind of stuff. Like, and if you're watching on YouTube, rating if you're on some audio platform, because it helps us, other people to find the show. I think I mentioned before that our problem with marketing that people don't know we exist. So if you spread the word about us, that would be amazing. Thank you. And of course, if you want to know more about the show, learn about us and everything, or just, join our Discord, all that kind of stuff, please go to our dedicated website, battlefield1.net, where you can support us financially, join our Discord, help us out. Alternatively, you can go patreon.com/TheLankySoldier, where you can get exclusive Patreon stuff, exclusive episodes, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you know the deal. I'm not even gonna tell you. Everything's in the description. Check it out. Every little helps. We appreciate every single person that listens to us and just interacts with us. So thank you. So yeah, let's talk some Battlefield, Abe. So, what do you want to talk first? Okay. Actually, you know what? Before we continue, I want to mention this. So, this guy did not buy the game. I don't know. You bought the game like on the second day, right? Something like that.
It released on 10/10. I got it on 10/12. Yeah, so 2 days in.
Yeah, and as soon as we went on Discord, you discovered a setting that changed your life forever.
It did. So as a biased console boy, right? At least for me, I'm still chasing that decade high from many moons ago. And as I was going through the very convoluted settings, I found that they have, and this might be a hot take, but there's aim assist settings, and there's actually settings that go all the way back for the console boys, back to Bad Company 1. They've got one for Bad Company 1, 2, Battlefield 3, 4, 1, 5, and 20. Or the 5 is combined with the 2042 old setting. So, and then they have the one that's for 6. And so I changed mine back to the Battlefield 3 setting, and all of a sudden I felt like I was back playing Battlefield 3 a lot. Like the aiming felt very different than it does from default.
You literally were not stopping orgasming on the call.
I did.
You literally
I was.
my dude was like,
ah. I was losing my mind, dude. It felt I felt like I was back in the trenches. It was a good feeling. I mean, I think that in and of itself, like, you can make the arguments for aim assist, blah blah blah. Who cares? We know that it's ruined a lot of games such as COD and Apex, where basically everyone at the pro level was at one point using controllers. But having the ability to go back in time, basically within this same, not the exact same engine, but it's the same flavor of engine, is a very nice feature to have, where you are basically unlocking muscle memory from forever ago and not having to constantly change and adapt to the new AA system, that each one has its own strengths and weaknesses and whatever.
I mean, yeah, and I will, like, we met on Battlefield 4, right?
3.
Did we meet on Battlefield 3?
Yeah.
Did we? Oh, maybe we did. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did. You're right. We did. Shit, man. So yeah, it is more than a decade. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was way back in the day.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember playing
back in the glory of Formfield.
Yeah, I remember playing Battlefield 3 on a console on the PS3. I had so much freaking fun and so on. But I remember how majority of our, clan or platoon, whatever, came about
on 4.
Yeah, it was on 4. And I remember it was because we did not have the rental server rental program back then. So we had to like organize events somehow. So I remember I organized an event for the console players to like, hey, let's fill up this server and just see what happens, and try to switch teams and everything, just to have some sort of like organized match, a scrim. Boy, that was a disaster. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
also you gotta do, if we're talking about the server browser, we gotta do a call out to Nick Cage's Funhouse back in the Battlefield 3 era. If you're on console, you know.
Yeah. Oh my god, you bring so many memories. That was definitely a vibe. More simple times,
It really was.
It was more simple times. No, but like I remember that brought our somewhat platoon together. And it was mostly because I was talking to some DICE developers and everything, and I really like, listen, we need a server rental program. Can you do something? Well, we need some concept or something like that, because they were not sure if they're gonna do it for the console or something like that. It's like, okay, we'll organize our matches ourselves. And so it was just like a proof of concept, just for them to show, like, look, we did it. Like, even though it was garbage, but we did it. Also, I remember everyone, because like somewhere Americans, somewhere like from other countries, the pings were all over the place. So
I still remember the Brazilian memes.
Oh my
from
god,
3 and 4.
Ray talks about them. Yeah, Ray talks about the Brazilian server sometimes. He remembers.
Still, my favorite insult from back in that day was, it was from 3. It was in an Operation Metro server, and literally the dude said, I'm tired of these Brazilians with their dial-up internet that's powered by a donkey in a coconut tree. And I lost my mind, because then everyone started attacking the dude like, what coconuts are growing in Brazil, and et cetera, et cetera. And it just devolved from there. But like, this man was so absolutely blasted by the hue that he just absolutely lost full composure.
Yeah, I'm telling you, good times, more simple times.
They were more simple times. But
Yeah.
no, but this is actually a good segue into one of my issues with the current system.
Okay,
It's kind of a twofer. And that is, so we brought back the server hosting. Cool. Except for we made it free. Not cool. Because I remember at one point in like their marketing, they basically promised that everyone would have the ability to create a server for each copy of the game sold.
Yeah,
And that's
on
not
Portal,
true
yeah.
right now. And that's not true right now, because their capacity is full. So either they did not spin up enough resources, or allocate enough resources to be able to spin up that many servers, or they allowed people to do too many persistent servers and then allowed them to host additional servers, so that there's not any spaces for you to host your own.
I
And
think
normally
the
it'd be
second
like,
thing happened. Yeah.
yeah, well, and like normally you'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. That just means there's a lot of custom experiences. No, there's a ton of those bot lobbies that are literally there for people just to grind out attachments, which is its own discussion. But like the fact that you can't even be like, ooh, this would be a fun little, like you were talking about, ooh, let's do a scrim setup, or ooh, I want to play this, or even hell, we can go to the test range, we can test our guns. But remember in like Battlefield 4, the test range literally had all of the vehicles there and stuff. It wasn't just some targets, and you could test things. But now if I want to, let's say, learn how to fly or something like that, if I'm a newcomer into the series, I can't spin up a server and go and practice. I can't go to the test range and go and practice. Instead, I have to go into a live lobby and then get griefed by my teammates because I get in the helo and the default controls are garbage and I immediately crashed.
I did mention on the last episode that people did create a test range type of servers on Portal. That's great, but again, like it's not a perfect solution. Just make it more seamless. Like let me actually test everything out in my own, in like client-based fucking test range, right? Like you have a test range. And I remember Ray said, like, okay, why about you just add a door to the test range? Sure, there's a loading screen, whatever, but it just spawns you like a small area where you can actually test the vehicles. So yeah.
Or hear me out on this one. When you go to host a server, there's a choice to host locally that's unavailable. Why can't I just spawn up a local session and create a local test range, basically?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So I kind of wish we had a test range. Apparently it's coming. I saw some developers said that it's indeed coming. Just fuck knows when. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like this is one of those things where the modern grind of publishing pace is just you ship games out that are, for lack of a better phrase, incomplete, launched with the test range.
Yeah,
we had the technology. We've lost it in a decade. We can't have that on launch. Like,
so some ancient ruined technology or something like that from decades ago.
Here, I'll tell you what happened. We had to get that 5 out of 10 IGN campaign in there somehow, and that just unfortunately meant that we couldn't get a test range on launch.
Okay, so I already did recorded an episode about the single player. I know you're not even gonna touch the single player. I'm just gonna mention the single player quickly again if you haven't listened to the last episode. God, the single player, it was so fucking bad, so bad. It's like nothing explained. Like, listen, okay, you know what? I don't care that the single player is on rails or the missions are boring, the gameplay is shallow. I don't give a damn. I care about, okay, give me like story, give me context, give me stuff, right? So I can like, okay, I launch into multiplayer match, I know all the factions, I know what's going on, and so on, right? Give me context, right? Bruh, right. This single player doesn't establish any context, it doesn't explain anything, the faction Pax Armata are just... I know you don't care about spoilers, but basically they got created by the CIA, basically. CIA basically created a new bad guy, because Russia and China are not doing well because, Battlefield 3 and 4, right? So this is immune. So like, okay, we need a new bad guy. Oh, Pax Armata. All right, let's go. And it makes no fucking sense. Doesn't explain why Pax Armata has beef with US. Doesn't explain why Pax Armata wants to bomb their own fucking countries that fund them, like all the European nations that fund them. There's like, no, let's bomb EU too, but they give you your equipment to you. No, bomb them because we're bad. I'm like, okay, it makes no fucking sense.
Here's the other thing is, maybe I will out myself here, but I'm just going off of vibes, right? So
vibes, okay.
And for example, no. For example, in the 3 trailer, they used set pieces as hype moments. For example, I'm sure everyone remembers the getting into the jet on the aircraft carrier mission.
Oh, yeah.
That was like in the trailers. Where was any of that in the trailers?
I did mention that, yeah. Yeah, I did mention that.
Were there any set pieces that even would fit in the trailer like that?
Let me think.
You're taking too long to answer, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Let me think. Let me think. There was maybe... You know what? No, I think they used the best bits already in the trailer. But that's
but
that's
I can think of 2 right now. The Thunder Run when you are in the tank with the little dinosaur, and the jet carrier. Those were 2 huge set pieces that were heavily featured like in the trailers and stuff, and were like hype moments to get you into the
Yeah,
thing. And
yeah.
like that's missing. It's like, what's even the point? And you could be like, okay, well, let's go back to when a lot of console people got on board, which is the Bad Company 2 campaign. It didn't need to have those set pieces because the characters existed. And yes, they were different than Bad Company 1 in terms of tone and everything else, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Go cry to your mother. But from a conceptual point of view,
16 years, it's time passed. Who cares?
well, yeah, well, and not just that, but it's just like that campaign still was good though, without needing to have those set pieces. I'm not saying that the set pieces are needed. It's just you either have the set pieces to have the hype, and then you can kind of get away with some more bland, milk toasty campaign characterization and stuff like that, or the classic Battlefield 4 silent protagonist. But like, there's no characterization or anything. Who cares?
Yeah, so I don't want to talk about the single player too much because I already did an episode about that. It's just it's not good. And I used to do, I mentioned this already. I used to do like Battlefield trailers, fan made Battlefield trailers, and that's like 7 million views and everything. Like fantastic, great. So, but I mentioned that when I watched the single player trailer for this game, I said that this trailer was literally made by the Lanky Soldier himself. And I'm not saying this as a bad thing. I'm saying this as a compliment because my dude, the media team, they worked with nothing. They literally had nothing to work with. So, and just because they made somewhat decent trailer, that's an achievement. So I'm like, yeah, right. Okay, you did your best. I can tell.
You weren't working with a full box of tools there.
Yeah. And the funny bit is the reveal trailer for Battlefield 6. They showed some single player bits. You think that some of that is in the campaign? No, half of it's not even a campaign.
Yeah. No, what is up with that? They literally did like they used content in the trailer. Like what?
Yeah, and
why?
It's not in the single player. Well, here's the thing. If you look around a little bit and pay attention, some of it, well, all of it technically is in the single player, but it's from a different perspective or angle. Sure, I guess, but it's whatever. Anyway, I don't want to talk about the single player too much because it's just I'm gonna get angry because it just.
Well, and let's be honest. None of us have ever bought a Battlefield game and said I'm buying it for the campaign.
Yeah, but it's
always been added on.
Yeah,
extra.
But I always wish there was like I just wish about the context, the story and lore, because I'm into lore, that kind of, I'm into lore, and it's like
especially if you go through and are making this artificial, non-based in reality faction, like
exactly,
you can't even like with a Russian or Chinese, as the quote unquote antagonist, you can do some projection from real life onto that, and you can self-contextualize. You might be wrong, but at least you have some grounding to work with. But when I just make up some faction, who cares?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, no single player, I don't care. Anyway, how you feel about the Battlefield 6 in general?
So, in general, okay, number one, the SMG meta is very tiring and makes no logical sense. The fact that SMGs are outperforming ARs at range is a joke.
It's abysmal.
It's not okay. That is something they need to look into. But I mean, outside of the SMG meta, I kind of like how the guns largely are designed to fit roles that they tend to fit fairly well. I don't like the sweet spots on the sniper rifles.
Oh, fully agree on that. Fuck the sweet spot. Sweet spot.
I think it's stupid, especially when you go to the PSR and the description is extreme long range, and then it says its sweet spot is like what, 150 to 200 meters or something.
I saw that.
And it's like, okay.
Oh, that's the extreme levels we're working with, huh? 100 meters.
To be fair, right? There's like one map in the entire game right now that even has sight lines to that, and that's Firestorm. Like, if you wanted to go and use bots to quote unquote cheese the unlock, you have to go find a Operation Firestorm boosting server so that you can get the 150-meter headshots or whatever to get it unlocked. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah. And people like I actually don't know. Okay, one, you mentioned 100 meters for the sniper, for the PSR. I'm just thinking, okay, so I'm playing, right? I'm doing the challenges, the medic challenges, and also one of the challenges is for the weapons. So I unlock the assault rifles. So I unlock the forgot what the name is called. I'm unlocking the NOV weapons. I'm sorry, I don't know. It's assault rifle, right? And the challenge is basically do damage and get
damage and kills.
Yeah, something like that. And get 50 kills over 50 meters with a particular weapon to unlock this assault rifle. And you said 100 meters extreme for the sniper. I'm like, so assault rifles are basically half of that? Like, it doesn't make the challenges don't make any sense. But that's a different story.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say I have lots to say about the challenges.
Yeah, I know they address like, okay, we agree the challenges are a bit ridiculous. Well, it's not gonna be a quick fix, but we're working on it. I was like, okay, whatever. So until this is gonna be the same. This is the Battlefront 2 situation again. They're gonna be redesigning the whole fucking thing from scratch again, brand new systems and everything. So in 6-7 months, we might get a new challenge progression, sort of, you know. But until then, I still have to do these challenges. So I had to get 50 kills with this assault rifle over 50 meters, so I can unlock this assault rifle, so I can start unlocking a different assault rifle. But challenges in general are just dumb, extremely dumb. That's one of the biggest complaints about the Battlefield 6, honestly, for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, for the actual unlocking process, like, yes, you do get a number of decent guns as you rank up, but as someone that was a veteran of the series, going through, and I mean, even when we had like BF4 and we had the DLC weapons, and they had some very, for some people, questionable ways to have you unlock them, I felt those were still better than this. Like, for example, the Unica 6. Ooh, I gotta go turn on the dam, and then I have to get, 6 kills in the water or something like that.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like that was grindy and annoying, but it wasn't like stupid. Where I feel like a lot of these challenges have crossed the line from a grindy reward for doing some extra thing to like literally forcing you to play bad for extended periods of time to get something.
I think that the reason we don't hate them that much now, those Battlefield 4 challenges, is because they were not big numbers. 6 kills in the water. I'm like, okay, whatever. 1 round of Parasol Storm, right? Sure, that's the thing, right? It's like it was not big numbers of like 6 kills. It was not. If it was a 50 kills in water, okay, different fucking story.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. And now we have these challenges that are ridiculous and everything. But the thing is, like I said, like it's not going to be fixed until for 6-7 months or whatever, God knows how long, because they're going to make a brand new system to make this more tolerable and everything. And we also have to remember that more guns are coming in, with updates and everything, so that they have to include those somehow. If you have unlocked in season 1, how are you gonna unlock it after season 1 and 2 and 3 and so on? So
I mean, that was a huge problem with 4's system, is that if you didn't get on the DLC hype train while those servers were populated,
oh my god,
like
yes,
let's say I bought BF4, like I still have friends that are on BF4 and I didn't have it, and now I'm buying it, and so here I am, decade or whatever after the game has come out, and I'm trying to unlock the Unica 6. Bro, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, like
it's just not happening. Like,
yeah, and for example, I do want to bring this up. How you feel about because Battlefield community? Okay, I have loads of things to say about the Battlefield community, but one of the obsessions they have is like bring premium back. You know what? I'm sorry, but the things we just mentioned is why I do not want premium back. Because those servers will be alive for like the first, like the hype month, the hype weeks or whatever. Mm-hmm. And after that, Like a new player just wants like, oh yeah, I'll buy premium for like, I don't know, £5 for like $5 or whatever because it's on sale. It's like, okay, how do you unlock this? Oh, I need to play on this and this and this. Oh, I can't play it on this because no one plays it. But everyone went back to
For
vanilla
example,
servers.
Armored Kill. Who the hell's running Armored Kill servers right now?
Oof, I would love to know.
You know, like it just there's certain things where it just doesn't happen. And here's the thing, though, right? I understand where you're coming from, but here's my counter question, or devil's advocate, if you will. If they brought back premium as a way to avoid the MTX or what seems to be going to be a very MTX heavy laden post launch monetization scheme, if they had the premium instead and they didn't focus so much on the MTX, would it be worth it then?
See, because
like that's
because
I feel like
all
it's a
the
trade-off,
MTX,
right?
yeah, all the MTX will be skins anyway, so I don't really care.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. But when it usually comes to making skins to ensure the money's coming in, right? Then what I have seen historically, I'm not saying that DICE is going to do this, I'm just saying historically throughout multiple FPS titles and throughout the years, what happens is when they start focusing on this MTX is that content takes a dive and it just becomes about hyping up the next skin or whatever, or the classic COD where
Call of Duty is like
a new
that, yeah.
season come out. We have a brand new gun that just came out. It's busted as hell. Here's a $20 skin pack that gets you everything unlocked for it. They let it run busted as hell for like 2 weeks to a month for them to get enough cells for the bundle that's got the skin. And then once they've hit critical mass for the amount of money they want to make on it, then they nerf the gun as everyone knew they would.
Yeah.
And they just rinse and repeat ad nauseum. And I do not like that. I think that's very predatory, and I would prefer them to have a premium scheme with the risk of having content that gets sundowned, because that's going to happen either way, right? Like as the game gets older, people will start hosting servers that's like, for example, how many Operation Locker servers are up and running in Battlefield 4 right now? A lot.
Speaking of servers, I did log into Battlelog right now just to see how many people are running Armored Kill servers. So on PC, there's 2 servers being run for Armored Kill, 32-player server and 16-player server. The 16-player server has it's Banda 24/7. It has 0 players, and
Nice.
and all Armored Kill DLC maps, Conquest Large, 16 players out of 32. So
yeah.
Okay, so that's how much people are playing Armored Kill. Granted, the game is like 14, 15 years old still, but
still though, you know, it's still, but you know, I mean,
also,
but that's the thing though, right? Like even if they didn't have that, like I think Battlefield 5 didn't really do that at all.
Battlefield 5 was the
server
first game
hosting.
that decided to ditch the premium model.
But they don't have server hosting on that one. So I
think they do.
Or at least not not like in the sense of 6, like.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, like, so like I feel like if they had that system there, right, where it was the first game where it was out of the premium thing, the natural longevity of the game becomes a few fan favorite maps, whether it's a meat grinder map or what's like Caspian Border or something like that. You know, there's a few fan favorite maps where it just runs that 24/7. And like the community in and of itself will sundown maps regardless of whether or not it's locked behind a DLC wall, because it's just not as good, and people will just min-max their enjoyment on, I'll just play my one map I love.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that's yeah.
But that's its own thing.
Yeah, it's its own thing. But yeah.
But back to 6 though. So let's see what else. So we talk about servers.
Yeah, what's your mind regarding Battlefield 6? Yeah, what's your mind?
Another thing, the overall grind, and I know we've touched on this a bit, but just in general, the game is extremely grindy, and this is not even like a rose tinted glasses thing compared to the other ones. If you went through and did nothing but bot lobbies and were grinding your guns nonstop, it would still take you like 4 or 5 hours per gun to get them up to like 2025. And that's not even all the attachments unlocked for them. So, and there's how many guns in the game already?
For almost
again,
40. Almost 40.
Yeah, and this is just bot lobbies, right? Which is like you're going to be getting like hundreds of kills in an hour game as opposed to like 20. So it's like a 4 or 5x faster progression. So if you just say, let's just be conservative, let's say it takes 20 hours in normal gameplay to max a gun, and there's 40 guns, that's 800 hours with just the stuff we have right now to unlock things. And people are going to say, oh, well, you shouldn't have to have all the guns or blah, blah, blah. It's things for...
Oh, I really want to talk about... Okay, now you hit the hornet's nest. Okay, wait. So...
Wait.
Go. Finish it.
My main thought is, this is not a grind simulator. This is supposed to be a game that you play for the gameplay. Games like CS or Halo, they don't have a grind. They rely on compelling gameplay to bring you in and to have you want to play the game more.
Exactly. And as you say that, I did mention in our first impressions of Battlefield 6, I think I said, oh, okay, so it was the first day, the first 24 hours since the game came out. Like, okay, I was on the game for like 13, 14 hours by now. I only managed to level my weapon to level 30 or something like that, to level 23. It wasn't something not that high. And I was just looking at the requirements, how to like unlock skin, like the camos and everything. And I figured out it will take me about 40 hours to unlock a camo that I really want, so I can use on every gun. And I can tell right now, yeah, so it took me 40 hours as I look how many hours I have right now in the game. The only thing I did in the game is using the first assault rifle for like non-stop. I just used that one assault rifle and unlocked. I reached level 30 to unlock the RPK, and then I had to do 30 more levels with the RPK to unlock the camo. And since I got the camo, now I can finally use any weapon I want. So at least half of what I unlocked right at this point. But at least I got the camo. As I check in on the EA app how many hours I have 45 hours and 22 minutes. Sure, 2-3 hours of them are basically just me leaving the game in the background for whatever reason, maybe making food or God knows what. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that my estimation when I did like my first impressions was correct. Roughly 40 hours to get something I really wanted. And my weapons are not even max level. Not even fucking close. And that's only 2 weapons. I've only been using 2 weapons. The fucking starting assault rifle and the RPK. Just because I wanted a fucking camo. Now, since they upped the progression on the weapons since the last update, that was like 2-3 weeks ago, even though it was yesterday, we're recording this on the 18th of October. So guys, this is a pre-record, keep that in mind. So since that change, and I did play yesterday a little bit, it's faster. I managed to do 10 levels on one of the assault rifles in like, I want to say an hour. So that's a bit better. It's not perfect, but it's better. But I have a feeling they're gonna do more changes and everything. Also, Ray is really wondering how that's gonna work in the Battle Royale of this. How are you able to progress weapons there? And I think I know how. Because there's 2 modes. There's gonna be Battle Royale, and there's a thing called Gauntlet. And the Gauntlet is basically gonna be like wannabe competitive multiplayer type of experience, which is gonna be free to play. Which, okay, sure. So I guess that's how. So, you know, as long as you play the multiplayer, you should be fine. Yeah, what's in your mind?
I mean, the VR is going to be its own thing. It's going to have its own. Because, like, I feel like trying to predict the VR just from one simple fact of the destruction's completely different from the base game already makes it difficult to comfortably say like what they're going to do versus how it translates to here. Like the normal multiplayer. They might tweak
Yeah.
XP because I mean, like, think about it for like a normal BR. Like, unless you're going like ham and getting 30 kills or whatever, you could play a BR for like 30, 40 minutes and end up with 10 kills. And like, you aren't going to be having any other XP sources or anything. So, like, if you're just using the BR, I mean, it's just going to be like COD BR. Trying to grind up weapon attachments in the BR is a joke. It's not.
You know what? It's not that bad in COD actually. In Warzone.
Compare it to if you just got into multiplayer or got into DMZ
Oh yeah, compare
or
it to multiplayer.
zombies
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Like,
So
literally anything that's not the BR mode for COD, the unlocking is faster than in BR, and I assume
yeah,
it will be the same here as well.
yes, because in BR, you being alive that gets you XP for the weapon. So, and if you pop double XP token or whatever, you can do like a couple of levels maybe if you really do well. But again, it's not the same as, oh, let me launch Warzone and let me go on Plunder or some other, or Resurgence or some other game mode, right?
Exactly.
Like where I can do contracts, all that shit. I mean, sure, you can do contracts in BR, but it's easier to do in those respawn modes, right? So yeah, it's so I do want how that's gonna. I do wonder how it's gonna work. Also, I know it's not confirmed yet, but do you think the BR is coming with season 1? Because the rumors say that BR is coming with season 1.
I think it would be a fumble if they didn't launch it then.
I personally think it's too fast. Give it a month or two.
I mean, I think it is too, but I think if they really are trying to push the BR to launch the game in your first official season with the season pass and then not have the BR component on it, it seems weird. In modern games.
maybe.
Like, I agree that I think it's too fast, but I mean, I think that the dollar sign doesn't really care about speed. It just wants more money as quickly as possible. So for that reason alone, I think that they will launch it with season 1.
Well, yeah, but when this episode is gonna be released, it's gonna be in 2-ish weeks. We're gonna know by then if the BR is out, and because I'll be back by then, home.
My money's on yes.
Yeah, so let's see. Like, oh, I wonder what Battlefield 1 podcast thinks about the BR. Oh, they still have no idea if it's coming. Like, even
yeah, right.
No, guys, this is pre-recorded. This is recorded on the 18th of October, so that's like 10 days before the season 1. So because, like I said, I'm on holiday, so that's why. But the episodes need to keep going because you guys want episodes. But yeah,
the unlocks feel glacial. And the other thing of it is that when it comes to like the unlocks, there are so many attachments. Like, if you compare it to 3 or 4, the number of attachments is insane.
Compared to those games, yeah. But then I compare it to, let's say, Call of Duty. I'm like, this is okay.
But you're not. Well, yeah, but you're comparing outside the franchise.
Within the franchise,
and with the XP they have for the current system, there are more things to unlock, and it takes slower to get them.
Yeah, that's
you do one or other. You either make it slower to get the same number of things, or you make it faster, but you give them more things to get. You don't do both.
Yeah. I want to ask, even though I know how you feel, but just for the listeners, what's your opinion about the bloom mechanic?
The bloom is excessive.
Well, let's ignore the fact that it's actually bugged.
No, I was literally gonna say that this is ignoring the bugging. And the reason that I think it's excessive is that, like, when it's working correctly, right? Just like, and like the bloom in the other games, I felt like were not as strong, and that's because suppression actually worked as a mechanic. In this game, yes, you get suppression bonuses, but if you're just hosing at a sniper with an LMG, they can just peek in and out of cover and just drill you with headshots like it's nothing. And that's ridiculous.
See, when it comes to suppression, it's probably because of the bug. Again, this is post season 1 launch, so maybe it was already got fixed. But the way I experience, right, like my experience, sometimes it feels like suppression does affect my aim, even though I know it's not supposed to, but maybe it's the bug that causes that impression in me, because remember, I like, oh, okay, I have no bloom whatsoever, like, as in minimal bloom, right? I can shoot and I can aim and so on. But as soon as I'm in a firefight, I shoot this guy, and I got hit, and my fucking bullet's going all the fucking place, and I die. So like that gives me impression that suppression does something to me, like the Battlefield 3 system, like suppression actually makes your aim go fucking haywire. But it's probably because of the bug, I presume.
I think it's for the bug, because here's my thing, right? Is that if it worked as suppression alone, there should never be instances really where you have a faster TTK weapon and you get the drop on someone and you lose that exchange.
Which happened to me a couple of times.
Yeah, like that happens, and that shouldn't happen. And I'm not saying that we need to have suppression meta where whoever fires the first shot it wins the gunfight.
Oh,
No,
I would hate it. Yeah, I would hate that.
but I'm saying that if you have a faster time to kill gun and you get the drop on someone and you're shooting them in their butt and then they 180 and still manage to kill you because all of a sudden your bloom goes to haywire, that feels bad.
Yeah.
Bloom punishing players feels like an anti-skill mechanic.
It is. It literally is. Because, like, when I have, like, the perfect position and everything, but my gun decides, like, no, you're gonna shoot your bullets over this direction, but I'm not gonna hit the enemy. And I'm like, I lost fights because, I presume because of this bug, that it's not the suppression, something else caused me miss my, like, shots. Like, it was frustrating. It's really, like I have the positioning, I have the skill and everything. This guy should be dead, but for some reason, my bullets were not hitting anything. So I'm like, okay, great. And I know sometimes still no one knows what caused it. It could be the sliding, could be the reloading, could be the jumping. Fuck knows, man. But apparently, switching your weapons around, from pistol and back to normal weapon, that kind of fixes it. But I don't know if it's a good solution. So I always keep doing it just because to reset my bloom. If that's the case, I have no idea if that's how it works. But yeah,
this is my thing with it too. Is the fact that as soon as you put the gun in single fire mode, though, now you don't have this problem. Which
have you seen the snipe? Have you seen the sniper have bloom? If you're using that.
Oh yeah. No. But I'm saying if I have like a carbine, right? Like let's just say I'm using the 417, right? And I'm using the 417. I'm going, I'm burst firing, right? If all of a sudden I just switch to single fire, I just go, it's insane the difference between the two.
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring this up, is because this is actually an important difference, because now we're dealing with crossplay, right?
Yeah.
From a strictly mechanical point of view, PC players have the advantage in this meta over controllers, full stop. You can spam M1 faster than you can spam a trigger on any standard controller, full stop. Like it's just the mechanical limitations of button versus little switch.
Yeah, that's actually true. Like, I will not even attempt to play with the controller because I could not. Here's the thing: I was so close of switching to controller when playing Warzone. I was like, you know what? I will buy the bullet. Because of principles, I refuse to detain the idea for me to play good to switch to controller.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is you can't even, like, some people might try to, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Clearly, the developers care, because if they didn't care, there would literally not be different dispersion settings in game for when you're using controller versus not.
That's true. Yeah.
They know that controllers are more limited in their abilities to aim and stay on target than a mouse is. Full stop.
Yeah. That's
so the fact that with the bloom, this anti-skill mechanic, the way to basically kind of get around it is to put it in single fire mode. Now you're saying, okay, mouse is the superior form to play, full stop, with bloom. How it is.
Yeah.
Just put it in single fire and just go, and you're good.
I think we talked about it in pre-recording about the maps. I think you mentioned before we start recording the maps.
Yeah.
Like, what's your opinion about the
Okay,
maps? Because
okay.
I kind of
So
developed some different opinions since the first day.
this is my overall feel of 6 compared to say 3 or 4. Okay, 3 and 4 you could get on and you could play for like 5 hours, and you wouldn't really notice it, right? You could do that. I feel like on 6 I get to about the 2-ish hour mark and I feel fatigued, and it's not just oh well you're older now. No, there's like zero downtime in 6. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, go pull up 4, go into a full populated server, and just spawn on an objective, and then go to the next objective that's contested by the enemy. Tell me how many times you get shot in your ass or whatever, where like you're constantly feel like you're just being funneled into a meat grinder. It doesn't happen.
Yeah,
But you go over on the 6, and it feels like everything is designed for. There is no space. Have you been able to really do like in 3 and 4, as someone that ran around with basically only a pistol, I relied heavily on getting sneaky flanks in on people, right? Like that's just how you work. You get behind people, you shoot them in the ass. Easy way to level the playing field between running a secondary versus primaries. On 6, you can't get a flank route. There are no safe flank routes.
Depends on the
Like
you're right. It depends on the map, but also depends on the game mode, of course. But I do agree
yeah, but like
I,
even if you go to something like Breakthrough, right?
oh, don't get me started on that.
Like, well, I know, but like Breakthrough, like Murex Valley, right? The first thing.
Oh my god!
Ignoring the fact that vehicles sometimes glitch out, don't spawn. Okay, you basically have a wide open field with like no cover, and your choice is to go hide in the rubble on the center right side of the map where everyone sets up on the line, or pray to God that somehow you don't get spotted on that long left side flank through the field with zero cover other than that half wall that's like the halfway point between the things. But like there's no way to be able to easily get around into it and to push and expose and kind of shift tides if the other team is actually holding a defensive position and spread out, because there's just no channeling.
Okay, when we played together, that was my first ever experience on Myrick Valley Breakthrough. My God, this Myrick Valley as an attacker on Breakthrough. Holy fucking shit! So bad, so fucking horrible. Who even thought this is okay? This is the literal Ukraine simulator in a bad way. Oh my god, it was so bad.
It's egregious. No, it's genuinely is egregious in the sense of how they've done it, and like it's like my concern is that they're doing it like for strictly pacing. And my argument for that is the fact that they changed the number of tickets when no one asked for it and then rolled it back 48 hours later. Like they literally, and their evidence was, oh, well, the matches are taking too long. Who the hell is complaining that a Battlefield match is taking too long? This is the fan base that has 8,000 ticket Operation Firestorm 24/7 servers. What the hell are you talking about? Put me on Nick Cage's Funhouse, 1,200 ticket Metro 24/7. Like what?
I never heard anyone complain about the tickets like the matches lasting too long. I never seen that complaint. Thankfully,
especially if you have to wait like 100 seconds for a vehicle to respawn.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
thankfully,
I get 2 runs in Firestorm.
Thankfully, they reverted that, so that was not a feature for a really long time. It was like just 2 days maybe, which is fine, great. And because I remember, I was playing after that change. I was playing Iberian Offensive, Conquest, and I'm like, wow, this is ended so fucking fast. I barely did anything. I'm like, this is horrible. Thankfully, they reverted it, so it's kind of back to normal. And like, I wouldn't even say like we kind of need more tickets actually. Just make the default.
Agreed.
Yeah, because the maps are. Okay, so the maps they're not bad, but you're
They're
right.
not bad, but they don't. There's no breathing room in them.
Exactly, and also there's some really very bad artificially out of bounds areas that just make no fucking sense to me.
Or my favorite, the fake fucking doors. Can we stop with
Oh
the fake
my!
fucking doors, brother? And it's really bad because I'm coming from like my most recent FPS major grind that I did before 6 was the finals, which if people don't know, there's a bunch of former DICE devs basically from the old days of the Stockholm days, and they basically made their own little thing. And the destruction on there is insane. If you see it, you can destroy it basically. And it doesn't help the fact that they literally have a sledgehammer class or like weapon loadout in that game that is your gun. You don't have a gun, you have a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Then Battlefield 6 puts one in, and now I'm going around trying to obsessively break through stuff like I could in the finals, except for I can't break damn near anything in 6. But the amount of walls I hit that I go, oh, this is an unbreakable wall. That's cool. Why do I have this hammer then?
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I showed you though, but for the listeners, there was this in Warzone back in 2020. Like, yeah, I showed you a Reddit post I did like 4 years ago, and it was basically me saying, oh, there was some locations or doors that they looked usable in Warzone, but they're not, and this was not a problem in original Warzone. But as went on a year later, they updated the map and they did not have those like items in front of them.
That's some shit.
Yeah, add some shit on the door to indicate this is not usable, right? And they actually added some shit later to indicate that this door is not usable. So this is the same problem we have in Battlefield. There's so many doors that don't have any shit in front of them. I think they're usable. There's so many times I run into the door thinking, oh, it's gonna go through. Like, oh, it doesn't. So of course, as time goes on, you're gonna learn the map. You're gonna learn all the doors and everything, sure. But why that should be a problem in the first place, right? Put some shit in front of the door, or put a chain around or something like that.
You said you will learn it. Okay, now devil's advocate moment. Okay, I'm a new player. I just picked up the game. How the fuck am I supposed to know that I can't use that door? And the thing is you just get good. No, because the mini map is fucking useless. If you go in 3 and 4 and you use the mini map, you can use the mini map to navigate through the like little building areas. If you try to use the minimap now, the amount of times I just end up in a dead end room that goes nowhere. Why the hell is this room even open then? Like
yeah.
There are literal holes in walls. Like I just go into the room and it's a dead end door and there's no other egress points other than the window I just came in. Why the hell can I go in here then?
You know what's the best part for me when it comes to level design on this game is New Sobek City. There's some staircases that go up, but they they
just stop.
They just stop.
Top,
Yeah, it has no door, no nothing, just a wall, just a fucking wall, and you can't even touch the wall because he has an invisible wall in front of the wall, so you can't even hide in there properly. I understand, but it was probably added there as for cover or whatever. But I'm like, wow, how much time you had to make this a thing? You probably literally had just a day to make this a thing. So me and Ray did say that we were not thinking this game is coming out later, like it's not coming out this year, because we heard some rumors and everything that the game development of this game is not going well and so on. Like it's a complete shit show inside the studios. So we're like, okay, there's no way this game is coming out later this year and so on. There's no way. And there are articles and everything and so on. But somehow this game came out. Became the fastest.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, somehow Palpatine has returned. But in this case, they don't have a horrible launch, so that's great. But you can tell there were so many cut corners just to make sure the game actually runs and decent and everything. I mean, sure, at the end of the day, they made already their money back. It is the best-selling game in the franchise. Sure.
Yeah, absolute success. Commercial.
Sure, but I have a feeling they might take the wrong lessons from this, and that's my fear. They're like, if we cut corners and everything, maybe we can push it out faster and make more money. I'm like, no, that's not the lesson you learned.
No.
You got lucky. You got lucky because you have some competent developers that know what they're doing for once, unlike 2042. Like, you have a different leadership, you have different people that actually that try to produce this shit. They actually know what they have a vision, and they try to stick to that vision. Because you got lucky here, because you had some good people working on this game, know what they're doing and so on. That's why you got. You can't repeat this luck every fucking time with a new game. When Battlefield 7 or whatever is coming out, I hope we're not gonna have the same fucking problem. I hope the next game is gonna.
We will.
Oh yeah, probably actually.
We will.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it works.
Actually, wait. Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, we will.
This is the thing I want to have them avoid. I like the addition of the sledgehammer, right? Cool little thing, right? I'm sorry though, but like I can't help but think how many dev hours it took to get that all done, and then probably the most quote unquote useful thing I have found, or the two most useful things I have found for the sledgehammer in multiplayer. One is if people are like, it's one, I don't remember if it's Empire State or Manhattan Bridge. I think it's Manhattan Bridge. When they get in like the little brick bottom levels, little like stores on the bottom floor that like are on the street, you can like collapse those with the hammer if you didn't bring explosives and kill someone in there, or make their little hidey hole less hidey hole. That's kind of cool, but like super niche tech. And then the other useful thing, quote unquote useful, it's more just funny to do. When you get into those second story concrete buildings, or multi-floor concrete buildings, you can just sledgehammer the center of the floor and just make an absolute hellhole of trying to run around up there, because then it's only the edges. That's funny.
Yeah.
Catching your teammate with a collapse. But like, again, this is their new gadget, the new cool thing to do, and this is the features it adds: trolling your teammates and occasional make it less campy, which I could do with vehicles or other explosives. But okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, like overall, I like the game, but like I already said multiple times, the game is clearly had some corners cut just to make sure it's actually in somewhat playable state.
And that's why it's frustrating, because
Yeah.
I do like the game.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't like the game, if this was 2042 all over again, I'd be like, well, whatever.
We're done. We're done. We're done.
We're done. Pack it up, boys. Let's go home. But no, like they actually do have something here, and so to see them, for lack of a better phrase, throwing it away after decades of a desert, so to speak. Yes, Battlefield 1 did good, but it was not the modern shooter, and then 5 was 5. And then we had 2042, which so like this is like their first return to form, so to speak, of the glory days of 3 and 4. So there was a lot of expectation here, especially after the fumble of 2042, with all of the debating they did with like the trailer, and then everyone got to actually play the game. They're like, oh no, they nostalgia baited us.
Oh my god, I remember playing the alpha, and it was just like, oh, we're so fucking cooked. We're so fucking cooked.
Oh yeah, no.
When I played the alpha, yeah.
I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, we're back. And then I got into the beta and I said, oh no, we're so lost.
You know what's the best part about 2042 for me? I knew like 6 months before the reveal trailer for Battlefield 2042 that the game is gonna be fucking dog shit. People telling me like that work in the studio, the game is gonna be fucking dog shit, mate. Don't be excited. I'm like, why? And I'm like, what do you mean? You mean you can get worse after Battlefield 5? There's no fucking way. You're trolling me. You're full of shit, right? You're just trolling me, right? It's because you want me to get excited and just like, aha, we got you. Game is fucking good. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, you just fucking troll me. There's no way game is dog shit.
What they should have said is it's dog shit, and you were like, no, and they said no, it started as a hero shooter. That should have been all they said.
Actually, yeah, they should have fucking told me that. Yeah, they fucking should have told me
then you would
that.
have said, "Oh, I believe you." Then
They should have told me that. Yeah, but I could not even believe it if he told me that. Like,
oh, I know.
like, what do you mean? Like, and then of course the trailer was like, okay, good, somewhat cool, and then they showed the first trailer for the gameplay and everything. Oh, this looks rough. Oh
Yeah.
my god. But I do want to mention this though, the Battlefield community. I don't know about you, but I've been having loads of beef with the Battlefield community in the last couple of months. Loads of beef. And for example, I posted a short, for example, on to promote the podcast and everything. And it was just a short clip, just like literally a minute clip, just saying, me and Ray just saying like, yeah, the game is fucking great, but there's some missing features and everything that we would love to see in the game. And the comments I get, literally like, oh my god, stop complaining, the game is amazing, can you be happy about something, and so on, don't change anything. And I'm like, just because
here's why.
Yeah.
This is why. And this is the burden of the modern era and social media. Is you will always have some people that are trying something new, whether they're coming from COD or whatever, right? And they inherently almost always are going to have a negative opinion and want to change the franchise into whatever the hell they came from. Then you have the people that are hopped up on copium and are quote unquote toxic positivity. That's who you're dealing with right now, where you can't say anything bad. And then you have the people that are like us, that are realistic and actually enjoyers of the game, enjoyers of the franchise. They want to see it do well. They want it to do its thing. You can't have both the toxic positive people where they have blinders on and this is God's gift to mankind and this is the best thing ever, and the people that are coming in from other franchises that are like, I don't want to play Battlefield, I want to play my other game but in Battlefield. Those two things are both, they don't mesh together, but they also don't accomplish anything. One is saying, let's change the game. I'm a convert, so to speak, but now I want to change the quote unquote religion to what my cultural norms are. That's a non-starter. Why the hell did you convert then if you weren't really trying to convert? And then the people that say everything's fine. No, that's how you end up in the 2042 situation. Everyone's just hopped up on copium saying it's all good, it's fine. Don't complain. Why? We want it to do better.
Yeah, exactly. We want it to be better, and like I'm low key starting to realize like for me there's no point. Like, okay, in a sense, I kind of engage with them just because I want to understand what the fuck they're thinking. Like when I go on Reddit and interact with them, I kind of want to understand what the fuck they're thinking, so I can somewhat understand what's being discussed, what's the thinking here. But sometimes I don't even get like understanding. I just get toxic positivity, like for just absolute nonsense replies. I'm like, well, like we mentioned earlier, like, oh, you don't have to have all the unlocks for the game and everything. Why you have to have unlocked everything? Because I paid for the fucking game. Okay, granted, I got the game for free from EA, but that's not the point. Like, if someone else buys the game, like, it doesn't matter.
I bought the game.
I bought the game. Yeah.
I want to play the content in it, and I get wanting to unlock some stuff. But I'm sorry, this isn't a freemium game or whatever. Like, for example, the finals. The finals has a bit of a grind to it when you first start out, and they've gotten a lot better since then. But back in the early days, how it would work is if you were a regular player, new season comes out, new guns drop. Okay, you have enough of their in-game unlock currency, whatever, to already unlock at least one new gun, probably a new gun and a new gadget. You've already got two things out of the gate versus your friend that still is working on unlocking the initial loadout stuff. Plus, they want to try the new guns because, of course, who the hell doesn't want to? But they can't because they haven't been playing enough.
Yeah.
But like even then, that rewards you somewhat. Versus this, it's just grind. And again, I paid for it. I'm not paying for the finals. It's a free-to-play game. They need something to engage you in it. But when I spend $70, $100, whatever version you got for a full-fledged title, I shouldn't have the vast majority of the content be behind a grind fest and then have the fans tell me that I can go fuck myself because I'm just not ready to grind or whatever. No, I spent the money to play the game. This isn't Tarkov. I didn't sign up for a nil sim grind, punch myself in the ball simulator.
It's
I did it for Battlefield.
it's not even that. Like when it comes to the Battlefield community itself, I'm listening to other podcasts just because I want to do something at work, so I'm not bored. So I listen to like other gaming podcasts, and Call of Duty one in particular. They never cared about Battlefield until now, but they are actually surprised how Battlefield community is actually really dumb sometimes. They despise anything that is skill or something that is good and everything. Like they agree that Call of Duty community is toxic, but Battlefield community is stupid, and it's like,
well, I mean, here's your evidence for that. How many times must we go through this cycle? New game comes out, new game is trash, previous title is goated, rinse and repeat. Every fucking year, bro. When 6 came out, the fact that if you go on Reddit and you had people glazing 2042,
I saw it. I'm like thinking, why is wrong?
insane.
I saw some like posts like, I'm like, are you insane? Are you insane? Like Battlefield 2042 wasn't that bad. It's a misunderstood. In what fucking universe?
Well, and like here's a classic one, and this will be we'll dip back in a simpler time in the internet. When Battlefield 1 came out, 4chan absolutely went crazy on that cover art. And everyone was complaining about the cover art for Battlefield 1. And now, if you said any of that shit, not even getting into the actual cover art itself, if you just said any of the takes that people had for when BF1 launched, and you said that now, you would get eaten alive because 1 is considered like, outside of 3 and 4, it's their best title. Like you just can't win.
Like, yes, something started with Battlefield 1 for sure. People say like, oh yeah, it was the peak Battlefield moment game or whatever. I'm like, I disagree with that. Sure, it had the vibes, but Battlefield 1 in terms of gameplay was so fucking shallow. I'm like, okay, whatever. But people enjoyed it.
When we introduced the battle pickups.
Wasn't Battlefield 4?
Super soldiers. No, they had pickup weapons. That's when you could get the USAS.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Power soldier kits.
Yeah, you're right. The Iron Man type of Italian guy. Yeah. But something changed with Battlefield 4. We got these realism junkies start dictating what they want in a Battlefield game. For some reason, they can't tell the difference between a milsim game or a arcade game. Like, there's nothing in the middle, right? Like, there's some people pushing for some ideas that just don't make in a Battlefield game. Like, or also like the jumping, for example, or the sliding and everything. Oh, we don't need sliding. We don't need bunny hopping. Like, yeah, sure, maybe not bunny hopping, but just simple mechanic that, like, hey, if you're good enough and you know how to use the mechanics to your advantage and encourages the players to explore good gunfight mechanics that actually expresses your skill. No, that's a sin.
Well,
that's a cardinal sin.
Okay. Now I'm gonna do a hot take potentially on this.
Yeah,
one.
Go on.
I think that there is an overall in FPSs. There is a schism going on right now where you have people that don't actually want to play FPS games. They want to do movement tech, and that just breaks your aim. For example,
Apex, I agree with that.
Those are going to highly just break your controller, and now I'm going to shoot you. There's no positioning, there's no anything. It's literally who is on the highest Adderall dosage.
I do agree on that, yeah.
And that's stupid. That is dumb. That is not what you like. There were arena shooters that were movement shooters, and those went to hell. No one plays those.
Yeah.
And I think that honestly, there should be a resurgence in movement-based shooters like Quake or something like that, where you can actually get into some of this stuff. But when you come into Battlefield, that is not the design. And yes, we've always had the B-hop issue in 3 and 4 and blah, 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 blah. Then you can get into like the broken movement tech. I forget all the crazy names, but when you can like power slide off of the boxes in 4 and do all the absolutely insane ankle breaking in locker, which is a, exploit, but like, that's not what we need.
Yeah, I personally really like Battlefield 6 movement, but I just wish like some tiny fixes, like just to make it something a little bit better, right? Like just tiny.
I think the skill expression should be in positioning and aiming tactics, basically, rather than, ooh, I can spam my buttons faster than you.
Yeah, I don't want that kind of gameplay, like where you just spam sliding and just win a gunfight. Like, no, I don't want that. But I just want like tiny, like the change. For example, the beta, the movement beta, Battlefield 6 beta was good. It just needed tiny like just changes. But they went other way around, and now every jump and slide is just really horrible. It's just like basically you're gonna lose your gunfights. So like I don't want Call of Duty or Titanfall. I just want to make just situational moments where actually like split second a bad player knows what he has to do to win that gunfight. Just for a split second. Doesn't have to be ridiculous, right? Like that split second means everything. Because I gave a good example to Ray. Like you're playing Breakthrough or Rush, right? Like you have no tickets or whatever. This is the last push. And there's no time for positioning anything. You just have to push. So that at that point, it's like literally becomes like, macho to macho gunfight. Like, who has the bad skill in this case to win the gunfight? I don't want Titanfall bullshit everywhere, but just like that millisecond, that difference that makes the difference between a good player and a great player, And it doesn't have to be ridiculous. But Battlefield community just doesn't understand that. I mean, sure, that can apply to any gaming community out there that plays first-person shooters. Sure. But when it comes to Battlefield community, the hardcore one is just insanity. Like, listen, they bitch about why I have to play as a woman in a Battlefield game. You know what? I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck about your. Why I have to play as a woman? Yeah, exactly. I haven't even noticed. Exactly.
I don't look at my character model. I'm looking at my hands and my guns the whole time. I don't.
Yeah, it's like
I don't care.
Yeah, I just care how my I care how my character looks. Don't get me wrong, I care, but I don't give a shit if it's a male or female. Like we have bigger problems than this. But some people still push it for that kind of nonsense. I'm like, why?
Like I would rather have them. I don't care gender, whatever. I don't care. What I would prefer is being able to tell who is on my team and not just by looking at the character model.
Yeah.
If I have to rely on do they have a blue thing above their head or not, that's bad game design.
Yeah. Yeah, I fully agree with that. Yeah.
2042, for example. 2042. Literally, well, I mean, obviously there's the bots that had the default soldier skin, so they obviously had the technology. But when you have like 15 phalanx on your team or phallic, whatever, little syringe girl, I don't know who's who. I just killed Mackie. Why the hell is there another Mackie? What the hell?
Yeah, I called it the Clone Wars, and I remember before the game came out, I literally said, I can't remember what I said, but I literally said, one of the developers said, "Oh, don't worry, guys. We're gonna have loads of customization when Battlefield 2042 will come out, and everyone's gonna look different. You'll have distinction who's who." And I'm like, no, you won't. That means you will need like 10,000 combos just for 10, because there was 10 specialists, right? 10 specialists on both teams. So that means you need like God knows how many combos to make any difference. And then I said, Ray, when the game came out, guess what kind of customization they had? So there was a character called Paik, right? She's the recon one. She had the wall hacks, whatever. And her head customization, the helmet customization. So she had a face, right? Her head, hair, and the only thing that changed between all those different sections regarding customization was the band-aid, the thing that is holding her goggles on her head. That's the only thing that
Right.
changed on her head. Like, oh, you want to go from green to blue to gray or brown, whatever. And that's the customization that we were told we're gonna have. I'm like, okay, thank you. Thank you for this valuable customization that makes no fucking difference.
Right.
And it's,
And like,
yeah, it's just horrible.
I don't know. It's not good game design. And I mean, here's the thing, right? It's not like you can't do customization. Again, I'll point to the finals. The finals has insane
Insane,
customization.
yeah, insane customization.
And yet I instantly know if they're on my team or not.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, and me and Ray been saying the same thing. Like, why Battlefield 6 doesn't have any good customization? It doesn't have any good customization. Like, Jesus Christ, we're not asking much. Just have Battlefield 5 as bare minimum. It's fine. We can Battlefield 5 as bare minimum. That's fine, you know. And to this day, a game called World War 3 still has better customization than fucking Battlefield in 2025. Like, how?
Yeah.
So that's that.
Well, yeah, I mean, the rub of it too is like, even though there's quote unquote more customization than like say 4, I feel like I have less expression than I did in 4.
Yeah, true.
And that's weird to say because that like there were actual factions and stuff. But like again, it goes back to game design. Like I could instantly tell who was on my team, who wasn't, and I could have, you know, my desired aesthetic. The fact that I could have my tanks or helicopters or whatever vehicle I wanted to match my gun hot. Why can't I do that now?
Yeah. As we're going for an hour and 50 minutes, do you have anything else to say just to as we end?
Yeah, actually, I
Yeah,
do.
go on.
Let's talk about sidearms.
Oh, go. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I
sidearms.
forgot about that. Let's go.
All right. So sidearms. Okay, so I am a very prolific sidearm user. I almost always use my sidearm in Battlefield games. That's just what I do. And the sidearms in this game are very lacking. First of all, we have the default pistol that takes like 5 shots to kill, basically at point blank. The amount of gunfights I have lost where I kill one person, have like, you know, 5 bullets left in the chamber, get them to about half health with my gun, switch to my pistol, and then proceed to lose the gunfight that I should not lose just because the pistol does no damage. And then, okay, fine, that's the default pistol. Okay, so what's my next option? Okay, the FN57, which, okay, you get it at like rank 20 something, so you already have to have been playing a while with
15 hours
garbage
minimum.
pistol.
Yeah, 15 hours minimum.
Yeah, to get another garbage pistol. It has more bullets. It shoots a little faster, but it still has the same problem. It just doesn't hit for anything. Then you get in the 45. Okay, fine. Now you're up to like rank, was it 35 or something? I don't. It's beyond 30. I'm pretty sure. I forget, but like doesn't matter. 45. Okay, that one actually does some damage, as it should. Okay, cool. Now I finally have a somewhat competent-ish sidearm. All right. Now let's look at if I want to actually use a sidearm that actually has some umph, the Model 44. Okay, so here are my options. I either needed to have played the 2042 Road to Battlefield to have a blueprint, basically, that I can't change, but at least I can use the pistol, or I don't have the pistol until I hit rank 48, which is an insane time grind for a pistol for a casual player.
I have to agree, yeah.
And then when you finally unlock the 44, it has a very interesting damage profile by default. It has a pretty good 2-tap range. The 2-tap range I like to the body. The headshot range by default is trash. You are able to 2-shot people in the chest when you can hit someone in the head in that same 2-shot range, and it does 90 to 98 damage. That's stupid. If it's 2 to the body, it should be 1 to the head. Full stop. Okay, now we get into the 3-shot range category. All right, 3-shot range is pretty good, which is nice in the 44 when you've only got 6 shots. But once they hit past 80 meters, it becomes a 4-shot to kill to the body. It does 25 damage a shot. That's poo.
That's actually really poo, yeah. That's actually poo.
Just straight up poo. So, like, literally, you have the quote-unquote hand cannon that is garbage outside of 80 meters, and up to about 20, it's all right. But it's like they have this hyper allergy to making decent sidearms.
And the funny thing is, the way you unlocked the gun before you even reached level 48 is because you were stealing the gun from everyone else, and you leveled up to level 10, and you unlocked because you leveled the weapon to level 10, you get a blueprint for the gun, like a basic ass blueprint for the gun.
The Warframe or Warfighter garbage print, yes.
Yeah, whatever. I don't even remember what fucking blueprint it is, but you unlock the blueprint at level 10. That means, oh, I can use this gun using my blueprint that I unlocked by leveling this weapon to level 10 without unlocking the gun in the first place. And
correct, but however,
I
you
love
can't
that.
actually modify anything. So for context, I'm currently rank 40 on my player level. Okay, so I still have 8 more ranks to actually unlock the damn gun. I have every single attachment on it already unlocked. I think my revolver right now is rank 31. So I am legitimately in a position where if I really just pushed with just the pistol and did shit at every other objective, I could hit rank 50 on the pistol before I've even unlocked the damn gun.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
That's amazing. People. Ray said like it can't be oversight from dice. I don't think it is, but I just because this exists, this is so funny to me. So funny to me. And I know they can't fix it because they're gonna be selling blueprints or weapon packages
for the BR.
Yeah, and they're gonna be selling weapon packages, and that means if you bought the skin, that means you have the right to use it, even if you unlocked or haven't unlocked the weapon. So that's why this will never be removed. But I love the fact that you managed to find a way without paying a dime, and that's like, okay, cool, that's what we do. But that's how ridiculous the progression is in this fucking game. This going back on this grindy progression, even if they improved it, like okay, you get 40% more XP from daily challenges. Cool, doesn't fix the problem.
No, and like just the fact that I have every single attachment unlocked, every single attachment, and I cannot put those attachments on until I hit this magic rank 48. Then I can.
Yeah. But that's fine. So yeah, guys, if you want to unlock a weapon, specific weapon, and you can't be asked to grind to a specific level. Actually, you know what? I don't even know how can you, like, I guess you could check like, oh, at what point I unlock this gun or this attachment or this equipment gadget. At what, I guess you can go to the menu and see what's locked and see how you unlock it.
Yeah, or it will tell you, like, for example, on the 44, if you go through, if you don't have it at rank 48, if you go and try to change anything in the thing, like, I think it's the speed loader slot, there's a padlock on all the slots, but there's literally a thing that says, like, it's got underscores in it and whatever, and it basically says rank 48. So it literally has the unlock condition as part of the lock.
Right, okay. So because there's no easy way to tell what you unlock in each level other than just like go through horrible menu and figure out what's your next unlock, and you don't know what's your next unlock until you unlock, like until you reach that specific level, whatever. Which is
well, and here's the problem with it too, though, right?
Good.
Let's say the PSR, right? The PSR.
Yeah.
Okay, the big bolt action. Okay, if you did this little quote unquote exploit that we're talking about, okay, and you actually managed to get it to level 10, so now you can use it. Okay, you still can't modify anything on it until you go through the stupid grindy 2-tier unlock to get it.
Yeah.
So this is an even worse problem than the rank 48 one that I'm complaining about, because I will eventually hit rank 48. I will eventually unlock it. Unless you specifically grind out their bullshit challenges for the PSR, you will not unlock it. So you will be stuck using this gimped up version of the skin if you want to use that gun.
Yep. I love this progression system. I want to kill myself. No, but so someone said like, oh yeah, but you won't have a game you won't have Battlefield 7 and for 2-3 years minimum.
I don't care.
I don't care. I don't want to grind my ass off to unlock basic ass items for the game 2 years in. Like, are you insane, sir?
Like, here, let's put this in perspective. Let's put this in perspective real quick here. Let's see. On Battlefield 4, I'm just pulling this up right now. I have 257 hours and 16 minutes on the 44 Magnum. With like I think it was like 1,000, 2,000 hours played.
Yeah.
So like 10% of my time was spent with my pistol in my hand for the entirety of the game. That's 200 hours that I played with just a pistol. That's the type of thing that I am going to come back for. I wasn't earning any unlocks or anything with it. It was my number one gun.
You literally did for the love of the game, literally.
Yeah. There is no need for me to go grind. If I want to go grind my teeth until they fall out, I can go play Tarkov and just feel like I'm getting punched in the balls while I grind. Like, I don't want that in my Battlefield game. I want to get in. I want the compelling gameplay loop to draw me in, not, oh god, I have to grind this shit out.
Yeah.
Like, you know the World of Worldcraft South Park episode?
Yeah. Oh, we can finally play the game. We can finally play the. Yeah, we can have fun. We can finally play the game.
Game feels to me right now is I feel like when I hit rank 40, all my friends, oh, what do you do? I keep telling them like, man, I'm almost there, and they're like, almost there for what? I'm like, I can finally play the game.
Yeah, and I think, you know what? When the Battle Royale is gonna be out, I think that's how I feel right now. When the Battle Royale is out and I have some attachments and everything unlocked, I'm like, now I can play the game. It's like, that same fucking feeling. It's just like, the game is fun. It's just like, but you know what's funny? Like, I literally called it a year ago, saying like, hey, if the game is coming out this year, we're gonna get some grindy ass fucking challenges or grindy progression, because they will have no content on launch day. And yeah, that's what exactly happened. So that's what exactly happened.
Okay. I mean, it's what happened, but it's not needed. That's the thing. Like,
they're really not needed.
I don't know if I can be a boomer here and blame the TikTok brain rot generation or not, because it's like they need the surfer or Subway Surfer in their video game, or else they don't want to play it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, in a sense, I agree with that, but at the same time, it's kind of ridiculous assumption. Like, but I mean, I don't know. I'm indifferent. I don't know. Humanity, as like when it comes to, you know, that kind of stuff, I lost hope of understanding. So I just like this. This is why we be like a horrible game developer. I would not give a fuck. I would not give a fuck what the mainstream audience wants. And it's just like, I would not give a damn.
Right, but like, I don't know. I feel like in and of itself, like, right, like in Battlefield 3 and 4, my grind was getting my service stars up. That was the grind. I don't care about attachments. I don't care about blah, 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 whatever. I wanted to get the most kills with my gun so that when people click on my profile and look at my stats, they go, what the fuck? That was my grind.
Like, stop this man. Man's insane.
He needs help.
You're not as bad as someone I know that is number one in the world with flare kills in Battlefield 4. And when I say flare kills, flare people, I'm not talking jet flares or whatever. No, in Battlefield 4 there was a stick that you could equip, and it was a flare, just a flare. It did no damage. It was not. It was there added for shits and giggles. The flare, just a stick. That
wait, this reminded me. Do you have the tracer dart unlocked yet?
Is it a Recon class by any chance, right?
It is.
I haven't played the Recon class, so probably not.
I think. Okay, well, it requires you to get to level. I think you have to get to the level 3 recon assignment.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I'm not even close.
But anyways, I have picked it up and I've used it, and I wanted to try this when I finally get it. But you can do the Bad Company 2 thing with it. You can you can put it on people.
Oh, really?
And it paints the people. And I want to know if you can do like you could back in Bad Company 2, where you could laser or you could paint someone, and then an RPG could lock onto them.
Probably could, honestly. Why wouldn't it if it works the same way?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
So I want to do this.
But that just coming back on the flare thing, so that guy that I know, his name is Simon. He has 4,000 something kills with a non-lethal equipment in the game with a flare. Now you might be thinking, oh, how did he get 4,000 kills with a non-lethal item in the game? Well, this is where all the mines and the slams and come in. So what he did, he put them around objectives and everything. And as soon as he saw a player gone on objective, he threw a fucking flare, and the flare triggered the mines, and it exploded, and that counts as a flare kill. My dude did it 4,000 times, and he's the number 1 person in the world that he was competing against some other guy that was behind him. He had 3,800 kills or something like that with flare kills. So the 2 guys on this fucking green planet trying to get flare kills as much as possible and be the number 1 player in the world with the most flare kills, with the non-lethal item in the fucking game. That was Battlefield 4, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's the grind that we want to
we
see.
We don't have that in Battlefield 6. That's the thing. We don't have kind of shit like that.
Well, and also it's trivialized in 6 because in 3 and 4 there were not bot lobbies. Now there are, and those stats count in your normal stats. So if you pull up tracker.gg right now and you go to the top 1 person for almost any weapon right now, you can instantly tell if they're using bot lobbies to get it.
Yeah, I saw some people with 35 KD like, bruh, stop flexing. Stop flexing with your fucking bot lobby stats. You know, I wish they could just do a reset now, but I know they won't for the stats, because its stats are already ruined. So that they already lost the legitimacy. I hope with season 1, maybe like, okay, you know what? No more bot lobbies. Here you go, full stat reset. You know what? After that, you know what? Sure, because it's just stats. You know what? Who cares? But
right,
I want some legitimacy to my stats. And when I see like people just grinding these portal servers to get 35 plus KD, and then just like God knows how many elite badges, and they're like, just shut the fuck up. You're garbage. Just go away from the portal servers, like XP farms and them. Go away. Stop. You're not impressing anyone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, but the other thing is the fact that that's even needed in the first place, which underscores how bad the grind is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That people are choosing to go into a offline mode basically and just kill AI. And there are servers out there where they've modified it so that you can't have a pistol, and the bots have no guns, and they just run at you.
Oh, great. Great.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, like, you can literally just sit there and just hose them down, and you can just be stacking it up.
You know what? I'm just thinking about why they haven't implemented this thing. So you can have all these modes and everything. You can kill bots and so on. But why bots? They just disable stat tracking for bots. Doesn't matter what fucking mode you're playing.
Correct.
Yeah, XP, sure. You know what? Fuck it. I don't give a damn because it's just XP. I don't give a damn. Give the XP to unlock shit and whatever. That's fine. I don't care. Give someone an option to do. But when it comes to stats, why bots counts towards your stat? Look, it's easy solution. Just disable the bots in the stat tracking. Fixed.
Yep.
Fixed. Yep. Solution fixed. And that way you can do whatever you want in Portal while having ridiculous modes and fun modes, and your progression is not stagnated because of this.
Well, and here's the thing too, right? Is with them having the new personal best, whatever, right? If you touch one of those lobbies, and let's say that, you get like 300 kills in a life, guess what? Now you'll never be able to beat that.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have no hide to chase.
Yep.
because it's forever hidden by your stellar performance in your bot lobby.
Stellar performance. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like, we had this problem in Battlefield 2042, and like we never learned our lessons. Are you kidding me? It's just dumb. Just
well, at least in 42, there was a cap to it.
After.
No. I'm saying, like, if you were grinding out a weapon, it would cap at a certain point, and then you couldn't keep progressing it.
But yeah, that was after.
In the bot.
Yeah, but that was after. Yeah, that was like months later after the...
Yeah, after the initial drop.
Yeah, but I understand how they haven't learned that lesson. Like, what was 2042? I thought it was like a nice place to learn your lessons, but like, no, we learned nothing. Like,
all we learned was hero shooter, maybe later.
You know what's funny? We haven't left the hero shooter era in Battlefield, but if you think about the way customization works in Battlefield 6, they're still heroes. They're just nameless heroes. They're just nobodies, but they're still heroes. Yes. They're the heroes in their own story, basically.
They are.
Yeah. Oh god, so dumb. Okay, I don't know. We've been recording for an hour and a half. You want anything just to end it on something? Just, I don't
know. Hopefully it keeps getting better.
Yeah, then we can only hope. Okay.
And they listen to the correct portion of the community, and not the streamers that are going to give it up as soon as Black Ops 7 comes out, and then they're going to go pollute that.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
We don't need tourists coming in and giving their opinions on a game that they won't stay around for.
Oh, the same tourists actually ruined Warzone. Like, if you go on Warzone right now, the whole the whole Warzone brand in jail. Like, why people can't find matches or whatever in Warzone right now is because they listen to the casual players. Oh, okay, let's introduce a casual mode, and just not the main modes for Battle Royale are basically suffering because all the casuals like, oh, I'll play casual mode and I will never play the game a month later. I will never play this again. But I'll have fun in my casual mode, and now Warzone is fucking fucked because of casual mode.
Yep.
Warzone is ruined because of casual mode. Because you try to appeal to the casual players. Like, don't get me wrong, appeal them. But not by ruining the whole fucking game. Now, if I want to play Warzone, which I still enjoy as a package, I guess, Warzone is still a good, fun game, but I'm not gonna subdue myself to try to launch the game and try to find a match for 10 minutes just to find one match, because all the casuals left, or they're playing casual mode against bots. I'm like, okay, so what are we doing here? So yeah, that's Warzone is ruined. So I don't want Battlefield 6 to have the same fate.
Nope.
Yeah, so we'll see how bad the Battle Royale goes. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. Okay, other than that, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for joining us on this amazing conversation. We just chit-chatted about anything we felt like it. Next episode, I'm back from holiday. So we're going to talk about Season 1 review and all that stuff. If Abe wants to join back, me and Ray, we can maybe do a trio episode.
A little three-way.
Ooh, a little three-way, a little threesome. So... see how it goes, see how we feel about Battle Royale, if it's actually coming in Season 1. I hope not, but we'll see. And yeah, so thank you guys for enjoying this conversation, and let give your thoughts, subscribe to patreon.com/Lanky for exclusive content, just support us, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's kinda it. So thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys in the next one, and don't be a stranger. Of course, join our Discord, where you can tell Abe how sexier and awesome he is, or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's a horrible issue. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
It's time to tell you all about our amazing Patreon that is helping us keep the show going. Patreon.com/The Lanky Soldier.
But yeah, episode 47. You paid for this.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I don't care.
In my defense, I didn't know it was broken or it was going to break upon squeezing it gently. Battlefield 1 podcast was rebooted in March of 2023. We learned a lot of lessons from our previous shows that consisted of 41 episodes, and we've been building amazing foundations for the future with this current show. There's a reason why we're the best Battlefield-related podcast available on Spotify and anywhere else. We've also had the honor of being listened to by DICE, Ripple Effect, and other developers as well. Now, we want to share even more with you through our Patreon.
and I've never seen her. So I will be like crying and yelling, and I will not be the same person I am right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that kind of emotion. I know we're emotionally close and everything, but I don't think we're that emotionally close.
Yeah, that will be an experience of its own.
We want to thank everyone that has joined as a free member or subscribed to our Patreon in the last year. The support is greatly appreciated, always was, and always will be. It's amazing, and it only motivates us to continue with our Battlefield journey. By simply becoming a free member or even subscribing to any paid tier, you're not only supporting the show, but you're also getting a lot of content back in return.
Right, because Call of Duty gets so annoying sometimes, I actually got so desperate I installed League of Legends again.
Oh my god. The perks of any tier is you'll get ad-free early access to all of our future episodes. You can already listen to the previous episodes ads-free as well, simply by being a free member. There's no more waiting, no more interruptions, just pure unfiltered Battlefield content straight to your ear holes from our mouth holes and anywhere else. You know, it's amazing, isn't it?
The only reason why CTE did as well as it did back in the day, guys, is because it wasn't locked down to secrecy. Those that couldn't participate were still able to see what was going on. That's the point that I'm getting at right now.
We're also giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making the Battlefield 1 podcast or any other content we produce, from planning sessions to recording mistakes and everything in between. You'll get an insider's perspective on how we bring each episode to life pretty much from start to finish.
And the reason why I'm saying
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's all my fault.
It's all your fault, Ray. How did you ruined the whole show? We need to cancel it again.
Just gotta can it for another 8 months again. Just appear out of nowhere with
we need to cancel it again.
Colors.
Ray, what the fuck did you do?
And that's only Battlefield. We're also offering access to our exclusive Patreon podcast series, The Live Gaming Gathering. This is a show where friends and special guests get together and talk about everything from the video game industry to movies and, whatever else is on our minds at that particular time. With more than 40 episodes already available, there's hours upon hours of content for you to listen to.
All right, I think we need to move on because we've been kind of on this subject for about the last 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
We got a couple of things in order.
Are you feeling better now? Let this
Yes,
team off.
I do feel better. Oh no, wait, one more thing. For example, Angelo. We've on discussion.
I'm not gonna mention any names.
Trust me, these are some of the most fun and amazing conversations we have ever had on the show. Because it's just us being us, relaxed and actually having fun. Almost like you're sitting alongside us with the conversation. Yeah.
So the reaction from the Fortnite community is like, okay, every time we see a Cybertruck in the server, it's our mission to drop everything we're doing and send that player back to the lobby.
We also believe in keeping our patrons informed, so we post monthly recaps to let you know what you probably missed during last month's episode, and we're making sure that you're not missing anything important. Just recently, we opened a brand new Discord server where people can talk to each other and get all of the latest updates about our content or the Lanky Soldier channel. Find the link in the description of this episode or at our Patreon. No subscription needed.
You are, as a player.
You have been measured.
Yeah, you've been measured.
Because we're confident that you'll love the content we're creating, we're offering a free trial that you can use at any time. We believe we're making good content that will make you stay, and we would not be offering free trials if we didn't think so.
I've seen a lot of people literally get excited, like, you know what? This looks very familiar, clearly ripped from somewhere, but damn it, that looks good.
So, if you want to support the show and get all of these amazing extras, head on over to patreon.com/thelankysoldier. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep delivering the content that you enjoy. Thank you for being part of the Battlefield community, and thank you for being a part of our community, and we look forward to seeing you on our Patreon.